When the game ends and the crowd leaves, the real race begins. Overnight, an NFL stadium must transform from a chaotic, trash-filled arena into a pristine field ready for the next event. Crews work through the night clearing debris, resetting the field, and preparing thousands of meals before fans return the next day. One mistake can delay everything, but the most surprising part of this overnight operation isn't what happens on the field. It's a hidden process deep inside the stadium that most fans never see. So how does an NFL stadium actually flip overnight? The Overnight Cleanup Challenge. As the lights dim and fans stream out, a race against the clock begins inside the stadium. Within minutes of the final whistle, hundreds of workers dive into the monumental task of cleaning nearly 2 million square feet of space. The biggest challenge is the sheer volume of debris left behind. From 5 million pieces of confetti scattered across the field to countless empty bottles, cans, and food containers littering the seats and concourses. This cleanup isn't just about sweeping floors. It requires specialized equipment and carefully coordinated teams. Vehicles equipped with nets scoop up confetti while power washers and trash pickers leapfrog across the stadium, separating plastics, aluminum, and compostable materials. Known hazards like peanut shells have been banned because they explode under pressure washers and create cement-like residues that are hard to remove. Behind the scenes, the stadium's resource recovery room becomes a critical hub where workers sort through mountains of garbage by hand to catch items that weren't correctly recycled. Despite the exhausting hours and physical strain, the crew recycles or composts an astonishing 96% of waste. Yet this is just the first step in preparing the stadium for the next day's crowd. Even as the cleaning crews finish, specialized restoration work on the field begins, balancing speed with precision under immense pressure. Field restoration and painting. Restoring the playing surface is a delicate art that must be completed within a narrow window. The stadium uses an artificial turf that dries faster and allows quicker turnaround than natural grass, but repainting logos, yard lines, and sideline markings still takes about 6 hours of focused effort. The three most critical areas, the center logo and both end zones, require intense attention and skill to strip old paint and apply new designs flawlessly. A machine called the P-Rex, resembling a zero-turn lawnmower, plays a starring role by spraying cleaning agents and vacuuming up paint. But operators have to strike a careful balance. Too much liquid saturates the turf, preventing paint from adhering, while harsh brushing can scar patterns into the surface. The complexity increases because NFL fields have more intricate lines and detailed sideline boxes compared to college fields, demanding steady hands and thoughtful use of newly developed templates. Once the outlines are marked with string by experienced groundskeepers, painters carefully fill in large logos like the Atlanta Falcons emblem, blending speed with precision. The process often stretches into the early morning hours, and any accidents, such as spilled paint, can add hours to the schedule. Meanwhile, cleaning continues around the stadium to keep everything ready well before fans return. While the field transformation progresses, the mountain of waste collected earlier must be managed sustainably overnight. Waste sorting and recycling efforts. Mercedes-Benz Stadium's commitment to sustainability shows in its rigorous waste management system. Each night, after fans have gone home, a dedicated team inspects every bag of trash to ensure proper sorting before it leaves the building. Even though upstream recycling is expected, this final checkpoint is crucial to catch mistakes and keep contamination rates low. Working in shifts of 8 hours, staff must endure physically demanding conditions, bending and sorting through a staggering volume of waste accumulated from thousands of fans. The volume is so large that external companies are brought in to assist with removal, ensuring the stadium doors can open on time the next day. Despite the grueling labor, the payoff is impressive. 96% of all waste is either recycled or composted, setting a high standard for environmental responsibility in large venues. This intensive sorting and recycling operation is part of a larger logistical puzzle that includes feeding tens of thousands of fans. And if you enjoy learning what happens behind the scenes at massive venues, like and subscribe, because the next part reveals the orchestration required to make game day food service possible. Kitchen prep and food production. Feeding tens of thousands of fans on game day is a massive operation that begins well before kickoff and demands exact timing. Senior executive chef Matt Cooper and his team start planning weeks in advance, using analytics to predict how much food each concession stand will need. By the time the game day arrives thousands of pounds of food, everything from smoked brisket and pork to fresh salads, must be prepped, assembled, and transported across multiple kitchens in the stadium. The central kitchen is a hive of activity long before fans arrive, with chefs, supervisors, and cooks working in tight quarters to keep the production line moving smoothly. Each staff member follows a detailed production sheet outlining about 60 different food drops for concession stands, private suites, and catered events. Even small mistakes or delays can throw off the entire plan, so communication and coordination are critical throughout the process. Game day logistics push the limits of kitchen capacity. Chef Cooper jokes about needing a second stadium just for all the ovens, as they carefully calculate how many pans fit inside at different times. Bread deliveries alone take up the entire loading dock, with tens of thousands of buns arriving to meet the demand for burgers and hot dogs. Lower concession prices at Mercedes-Benz Stadium have boosted sales by around 30%, making efficient food production even more essential. The careful choreography in the kitchens mirrors the broader logistical challenge of ensuring everything else is ready once the fans pour in. Logistical coordination and scheduling. Behind the scenes, meticulous planning and constant communication keep the stadium running like a precisely tuned machine, especially when events happen back-to-back. Adam Fullerton, the man responsible for scheduling, begins preparing for these intense turnaround nights months in advance. His job is to coordinate the steady flow of tasks that move the stadium from post-game cleanup to field restoration, catering preparation, and final event setup. Detailed schedules guide hundreds of workers, so every step happens at the right moment. Because the stadium operates year-round, systems must stay ready even on quiet days. Simply keeping the massive structure powered and operational can push electricity costs to nearly $300,000 each month. On game day, activity begins long before fans arrive. NFL officials and equipment crews roll in early with dozens of road cases filled with helmets, communication devices, and technical gear. Meanwhile, stadium staff place giveaway items on thousands of seats and prepare private suites with carefully timed food deliveries. Even with months of preparation, unexpected challenges still appear. Roof leaks, delayed deliveries, or wet paint on the field can disrupt the schedule. When problems arise, quick decisions and teamwork keep the entire operation moving smoothly toward kickoff. The moment the players take the field and the crowd roars is a celebration not just of sport, but of the relentless dedication behind every overnight flip. Game day execution and staff dedication. As dawn breaks, the stadium hums with the final surge of energy needed to transform a cleaned and painted field into a ready-to-play NFL arena. Equipment teams begin unloading dozens of road cases filled with helmets, backup gear, communication devices, and technology essential for the game. Meanwhile, staff place fan giveaways on every seat and deliver carefully timed food platters to private suites and clubs, ensuring everything is in place well before fans file through the gates. The intensity doesn't ease once game time arrives. Premium areas require constant attention from cleaning crews to maintain pristine conditions during the event. Meanwhile, Adam Fullerton and his team stay alert, ready to respond to any unexpected issues, whether it's a roof leak identified by a fan or last-minute equipment adjustments. This behind-the-scenes vigilance ensures the game runs smoothly without a hitch, even as tens of thousands cheer on the teams. When the players take the field and the kickoff signals the start of the game, it's a moment of triumph for everyone involved. The countless hours of preparation, coordination, and hard work come alive in the roar of the crowd and flashing lights. What fans experience as a few hours of entertainment is the result of an entire night of unseen effort. For the crew's staff chefs, this moment is the reward for a grueling overnight turnaround and the reason they keep pushing through the toughest nights. Transforming a stadium overnight is a massive team effort fueled by skill, planning, and determination. From cleanup crews to chefs, every role plays a vital part in delivering an unforgettable game day experience. If you enjoyed this inside look at how a stadium flips so quickly, please like this video and subscribe for more stories behind the scenes.